What's up, YouTube? This is Team Time Rider Dahk speaking, and I have a deck profile for you guys. Now, the deck I'm showing you guys is called Cyber Dragons. Now, one of my teammates called Mermel uploaded a video of Cyber Dragons, of his deck. But my deck, I feel like is more better. Now, I'm gonna give you guys the option. I'm gonna put the link of my teammate Mermel's down below in the subscription, and I want you guys to vote which deck is better, mine, Dahk, or Mermel's. Alright, let's begin. Now, in Cyber Dragons you always run 3, but this card is the main card you want to run. You if you have no monsters, press them to a field, and most of the spell cards and trap cards and all monsters or monster effects you have in the whole Cyber Dragon deck is based on this card. So you have to run 3. Dre. 3 Dre's. Now Dre has an awesome effect. When it's banished, it could target your Cyber Dragon and protects it from destructive, from battle or by card effect. And when it's summoned, normal summon, it could make every Cyber Dragon monster you control currently on the field level 5. But there's also a catch when you use that effect, is that you cannot special summon any other monster except machine types. But you also run 3 her. Next off, you want 3 of him. Now, people don't use him because his effect is just based on if he's hacked against 300. But I use him for only just because his effects from the graveyard. His effect in the graveyard states that once he's in the grave, he becomes Cyber Dragon. His name becomes Cyber Dragon. And I'm going to show you what card I basically use him only for him. So I'm going to put him on the side right here, next to the Dancing Waterfalls. Also, if you love classical music, give like on the description. 3 cores. Now, core is basically the main card in your deck with Cyber Dragons and Dre. For 2 reasons. 1, it lets you search for Cybernetic, Cyber Repair Plan, or Cybernetic Cybernetics fusion support. But also, when it banished, once in the graveyard, if you control no monster, you can banish it and special summon a Cyber Dragon monster from your deck to the field. So if you need to make some combos, run 3 of him. Now, this deck, it basically has a lot of offense, but not a lot of defense. So you basically run 3 Cyber Valleys. Cyber Valley is basically if something on the field, if your opponent declares an attack, it banishes itself, and then you draw a card and end the battle phase. This card just basically ends the battle phase for yourself. It also draw power. Now, I don't see a lot of people running this card in Cyber Dragon because it's not a light but it's the Earth. But I run 3 of this because sometimes I bricked or out of nowhere all my monsters destroyed, and then my opponent just attacks me for game and I OTK. I run this because if my opponent declares an attack directly, I can just send this from my deck hand to the field graveyard and end the battle phase. So this card is a good card to run. You go basically run from maybe 1 or 2, but I run 3 just in case. But if it doesn't really work out and it goes to your graveyard, I could just go for Overload Fusion and go for Chimera Tech. Now onto the spells. 3 Rampage. Cybernetic Repair Plans. This card searches for a Light Machine from your deck if you have a Cyber Dragon in your grave. But there's no effect. If you have 3 of them in your grave, you'll use both effects. First effect, add a Light Machine from your deck. Second effect, return 1 light from your grave back into the deck. So basically, you recycle your cards. 3 Power Bonds. Power Bond is a good effect. If you summon a machine type from your deck from your extra deck to the field, and it doubles the attack points. But there's also a catch by using the effect. During the end phase, you take damage equal to how much the monster gained. Now, I had a duel that I used this card, and I summoned Cyber in, and it just didn't end well for me. But anywho, Overload Fusion. Overload Fusion, I use 2 because when my monsters are in the graveyard, I could use this card to banish them and summon a Dark Fusion like Rampage or Chimera Tech. And then with Cyber Neckward on the field, and if I pop it, I could resurrect every monster that I banish. So it's a win-win for me. Now, I run 2 Machine Duplication. Since the fact that the only monster I'll be using these 2 cards on is Cyber Valley and Cyber Dragon Core, there's the only reason why I run 2. Core to resurrect Special Summon Cyber Dragon, and Cyber Valley to Special Summon Cyber Valley. And you banish both Cyber Valleys, draw 2 cards, yeah. Now, most people, I don't know if you guys know about this card, but this is Light of Redemption. What this card does is basically you pay 800 light points, and it allows you to add a light monster from your deck, from your banish zone, banish zone, and add to your hand. Let's say you banish, you have Core on the field, and you use Cyber Neckward to ban Dre. Dre effect activates, protects Core from battle during your opponent's turn, or by card effect. Your turn, activate, add Dre to the hand. Summon Dre. Dre effect activates. Become level 5. Your core becomes level 5. All the way for Nova, rank up to Infinity. Hashtag. I love Infinity. Limit to removal. Only Konami puts it at 2 though. I wish. But this card is too broke. It basically doubles your machine's attack points. Doubles it. Wow, that was terrible. But this card, if you have let's say a Cyber End in the field, double that attack to 8,000. And if you use Power Bond on Cyber End, it goes to 16,000. One soul charge. Resurrect monster from the grave onto the field. Cost, you cannot it's 1,000 points. Regrets, you cannot conduct your battle phase. But also good for if you have something planned for the next turn. One Foolish Burial. Send Core to grave. And then banish it to summon a monster. This card is costly because 1, not only do you cut your life point in half, but you're allowed to fuse summon a monster with your hand, field, and grave. Now, I only use this in case I have to. I only want 1 because it's too risky. And if I don't play my cards right, I'm gonna lose the game. So you want 1 of these. That only if you know you're gonna win the game next turn. 1 double summon. If I have Core and Dre on the hand, summon Core, gets the effect, Dre, overlay, Noble, Infinity. Now onto the traps. I run 3 networks. Network because it basically targets, if I have a side ring on the field, I go banish a light machine on my side from my deck, and it banish it. But with the combo, you can do a lot with this. So let's say you have Saturday on the field. Activate Cyber Neckward. You banish Dre effect. Target Core. Can't be destroyed by battle by card effect. Next off, 1 Song Warning. I will run Song Strike, but I got no money for that. And that card too expensive. So I hate Konami for that. Just making cards that are too expensive, and then us broke people can't even buy it. Anyhow, Song Warning. This card is good because you pay 2,000 light points, which is very, it's a lot of cost, but worth it because if you're paying with going to summon a monster, negate that summon. Screw that. Negate it. And then win. Attack. And the OTK next turn. 1 bond trap hole. I got a Floodgate, but I don't have it with me at the moment, and I don't have it. I'll be getting it in the mail in a week. But this card will be Floodgate because if you're pinning summons monsters, let's say pinning summon 8 of them or 5 of them, and then he used Floodgate. And I use Floodgate. It switches the monster into face down defense, and your pin cannot switch the battle position, which is awesome, and the broke ass effect. Alright, that is my Cyber Dragon deck profile. Now, next week I'll be uploading my true deck, my true form, Dahk deck. I want you guys to help me out with this. Like this video. Also comment on my teammate Dave's Mermail's Cyber Dragon and say screw that deck. Dark Old deck is better. Alright. Later.